Hello, Namaskar, and a very warm good morning to all my dear friends. Myself, Pratiksha Tiwari, your subject teacher of subject English, welcome you all today in the very first lecture of the month June of subject English. Dear students, today we are going to start the chapter number 1, which is a poetry named as The Squirrel, written by the poet named as Mr. Mildred Armstrong. In this poetry, what does the poet wants us to deliver? So let's figure out and explore it. You may have seen a squirrel sitting on the ground eating a nut. What did it look like? Here is a poet's description of just such a squirrel. So the poet is saying us to all that we all have seen often squirrels sitting around us, eating nuts, jumping here and there, playing here and there. So how does a squirrel look like? What does she eat? What is the color of the squirrel? Let's figure out in this particular poetry. हमें पोएट ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि आखिर ये गिलहरी दिखती कैसे है, वो खाती क्या है, वो रहती कहाँ है, उसका कलर क्या होता है, उसकी टेल कैसे दिखती है. ये सारे क्वेश्चंस का जवाब हमको इस पोएट्री में मिलेगा. लेट्स स्टार्ट. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. The poet says that the shape of the tail of a squirrel looks like question mark, and the color of the squirrel is color grey. It seems like the squirrel has wore an overcoat. Means पोएट ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि स्क्वेरल का जो स्किन का कलर होता है वो कैसा होता है, वो ग्रे कलर का होता है. ऑल्सो वो ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि जो स्क्वेरल होती है उसकी टेल का जो शेप होता है वो कैसा होता है, वो एक क्वेश्चन मार्क की तरह होता है. Ahead he says, he sat up straight to eat a nut. He likes to tease and play. The poet is saying that whenever a squirrel grabs a nut, he sits straight and eat that. He always like to tease and play, jump here and there, spring here and there. He is always in a fun sort of mood. So the poet says कि जो स्क्वायरल होती है यानी कि जो गिलहरी होती है, जब भी उसको खाने को नट मिलता है तो बिल्कुल सीधे बैठ जाती है और नट्स को खाने लगती है. उसको मस्तियाँ करना, टीज करना, परेशान करना, खेलना कूदना बहुत पसंद होता है. Ahead he says, and if we ran around his tree, he went to the other way. He's saying that if you will try to catch the squirrel, if you will go close to the squirrel just change his path. अगर आप उसके पेड़ के पास जाने की कोशिश करेंगे जहाँ वो गिलहरी बैठी है, उसको ज़रा सी भी भनक लगी तो वो फिर वो उस रास्ते से दूसरे रास्ते पे भाग जाती है. उसे डर लगता है कि कहीं आप उसको पकड़ने तो नहीं जा रहे हैं, है ना. तो वो ऐसा करती है और वहाँ से दूसरे रास्ते की तरफ भाग जाती है. So basically, in this poetry, the poet wants us to tell that the color of the squirrel is like grey, seems like wearing an overcoat. The shape of the tail of the squirrel looks like question mark. Squirrel likes to eat nuts. Whenever she eats nuts, she sits straight. And if we'll go close to her, she will run off. So, with this beautiful description of the squirrel, here our poetry ends. So, you all learn, revise and write this poem and read this poem with the clear pronunciation. Here we end our poetry. Have a nice day, dear students. Thank you very much.